Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be sharing my worst work experience with you guys, and if you are interested, just stay tuned. Alright, so I was in high school. I went to school in my junior and senior year for dental assisting, and I actually got a job right before I graduated high school. I was working at this place while I got my diploma, and it was a nightmare. I worked there from May to January the next year, and that was the worst 7.5 to 8 months of my life. I do just want to do a quick disclaimer. I am not going to be saying the real names of any of these people. I'm not going to be saying the name of the dental office, and I do just want you guys to know, if you are going through any of this or any bullying or any work related, something's not right, please reach out to somebody. This place did not have a corporate, not have HR, they didn't have anything. So that right there should have been a red flag for me. But I was literally 18 and I just wanted a job in dental. I just want to say that no amount of money in this world is worth your happiness. So if you are unhappy with a job, that you feel like that you just want to end your life because of it, please leave and please get a new job, because there are people out there that will appreciate you and that will appreciate your work. I just want to say that, and let's get on into the video. Okay. So when I started out at this dental office, I was actually the sterilization person. I was the one who ran all the dental instruments through what they call an autoclave, and I would bag all the instruments up and set the trays up. But they eventually got short-staffed, and I had to actually go out and assist the doctors, which I had no experience with. I had no experience working in a dental office at all. I had came from fast food because I was still in high school when I got the job. That's when I realized how mean the doctors were. I'm not saying that every single dental office has got that the doctors are going to be mean, because that's not true, because I've only worked in 2 dental offices, and the second one, the doctors were great. They were helpful, they were kind, and I was actually a hygiene assistant at that one, and it was so much better. I just was not able to continue working there because of the commute. But anyway, I got off topic. I started assisting, and I was still new. Well, they didn't want to take the time or have the patience to teach me their ways, because each doctor has their own way of doing things or how they like things done. They would literally grab the instruments out of my hand, or they would be like, there was an example. I was assisting one of the doctors. She worked every other Tuesday, and I'm not gonna lie, nobody liked her because she was that mean. She was just, I'm not saying that strict people are mean, because they're not all of them. There are some out there, I'm not gonna lie, but she was just on one, that's all I can say. Nobody liked when she came, because she was overflow. She wanted work nonstop, he was running around and you barely even had time to see the patients, and she would literally put work that didn't need to be done. She'd be like, oh, well, this patient's got a cavity. Well, they really don't got a cavity. It was just a mess. And I was assisting her one time, I believe it was with a root canal, which I was not, again, they didn't give me the chance to do anything, hardly. I was comfortable with sterilizing, but all you did was put the instruments in the machine and then run them through another machine, which I forget what it's called because it's been 4 or 5 years. And then bag the instruments and put them on the appropriate trays. Like hygiene had their own tray, just regular dental assisting had their own trays, root canals had their own trays. If you're wondering what a root canal is, it is where they take the root of the tooth out, because it is dead, I guess you would say it is. That's how they explained it, or how I always heard it. But anyway, she literally took the instrument out of my hand and goes, can I get somebody else please to assist me? And I'm like, well, you know what, if you would show me, maybe I would know. And then it was just, that right there is when I had it. Okay. So there was 3 front desk people. If you see me looking down, it's because I got their fake names on here. There was Stacy, Tammy, and Taylor. Tammy and Taylor was nice. Stacy was not. Stacy was somebody who talked a lot of trash about everybody and that wanted to get people in trouble. And there was 2 expanded function dental assistants. Expanded functions is where you were able to give people fillings. Like you were able to, once the dentist prepares the tooth for that filling, they are able to fill that tooth. And that was Mandy and Kayla. Mandy and Kayla were not nice. They were like, you know, I had experience. I'm better than you. And I'm just like, okay. But Kayla at first I thought was nice because she was trying to help me out and I was really appreciative. I'm like, wow, there's somebody trying to help me. But no, Kayla was actually two-faced too. There was the manager, which this place didn't have no corporate, they didn't have no HR, they didn't have no nothing. There was the manager, Sophie, which she was also two-faced. What they did to me is they said, first of all, I was there maybe about a month. I was so ready to go. I was like so excited to get up and go to this place every morning. And Stacy, comes back and hands me the phone. And she just looks at me and goes, like that. And then Sophie, it's Sophie on the phone, Sophie the manager, goes, well, I hear that you've been making messes in the bathroom. And I was like, what are you talking about? I don't. Because I am somebody that is so like self-conscious. I'm like always like looking around. I'm a very clean and neat person anyway. I like everything in its place. I'm like, I literally wipe off the toilet seats before I use them, and I use a toilet seat cover. So like, I don't know what you're talking about. Because first of all, I don't like using public bathrooms or anything, so I'm one of those people. I start bawling my eyes out. And I'm just like, what are you talking about? So they literally put up a sign that says, don't make messes in the bathroom. And then underneath it, it goes, you know who you are. Yes, you! Exclamation point. Well, I ripped it down. I like ripped it. Because I knew that they posted that about me, which I didn't even do anything. I was to the point to where if I had to use the bathroom, I would either go down the street to Kroger's on my lunch break, or I had literally so many pictures of if I went to the bathroom to like, just like for a moment, because I do that, like sometimes you just need to take a break. You need to get away. You just need to step away. Well, there's no way to step away from except going to the bathroom or like wash my hands, I would have to take a picture of the toilet. I would have to take a picture of the floor. I have deleted all those, which this was like 5 years ago. That is when I was just like, this isn't worth it. I don't know why they're lying about me. I don't know why they're doing this. I'm literally in here trying. And then they said that, they started saying that I stunk. Which I know was a lie because I shower daily. I sometimes shower twice a day. That is when I would literally go off on lunch and start crying. I'm getting ready to start crying now because it's so upsetting. And I would just start crying. I'm like, why are these people making up this stuff about me? Why are they treating me like this? Because I'm new? If you didn't want somebody with no experience, then don't hire people who are right out of high school and have no experience. Which is the whole nother thing, which how are you supposed to get experience if nobody gives you a chance? That's just where I'm at. Like, wow, I feel about it. And then another time, I feel like I'm just giving like examples. Like this was just 8 months. I'm just going to say 8 months of a total nightmare. Excuse my glasses, I'm tearing up. Because this just gets me so mad and upset. And I just feel like I'm rambling, but I just want to get my story out there because I'm tired of having it bottled up. And I have seen a lot of these on the internet, and I just don't know why people can't treat people respectfully in the workplace. Like, work is already, people already, don't want to go to work. Why can't you make it enjoyable? I know not every single day and not every single person is going to get along. But at least make it somewhat enjoyable to where you just don't feel like you deserve to live, or you would rather be dead than to go there. So that's not good. Excuse my glasses, guys. Oh my. But anyway, I would literally walk in and hear them talking about me. Like, oh, she doesn't know what she's doing. And I heard Kayla say one day that she was going to throw a dental assisting book in my locker. So maybe that would teach, maybe I would know what I'm doing then. And this is the one that was trying to help me out earlier. And that's when I realized that she was two-faced and not nice. There was also another dental assistant that worked there. She called off at least 2 times a week. And she also had a friend that would sub every now and again. But she worked at a dental office, but she would sometimes come in and fill in if we were short. And them two were friends. I think they actually lived together. And they one time told, Mandy, she was kind of like she was an expanded functions dental assistant, but she was kind of like in charge when Sophie wasn't there. She messaged, Mandy, and said, oh, well, Jasmine's not doing her job. She's not keeping up with the dental instruments. And I'm like, I've been back here all day, and all the instruments are getting out. So Kayla is the other expanded functions dental assistant, the one that I realized wasn't as nice as she seemed to me at first. Did take pictures and did send it and said that she was doing her job. But that was before all the other stuff happened, and I really appreciated that. That was the one that I kind of went to. And they would just also try to get real personal. And if you work in a place and they're trying to get into certain parts of your life and trying to find out information and you don't feel comfortable, don't share it. Don't feel like that you have to, because that's wrong. There was also, there was three dentists that worked there. There was a male dentist that worked, it was every Monday and Thursday. There was 2 female dentists. There was another one. Okay, so there was Dr. Smith, that was the male dentist that filled in every Monday and Thursday. He literally just would sit on his phone the whole time, or he would go outside and walk around and talk on the phone the whole time. We would be like, well, your patient's ready, and he would just be on the phone. There was Dr. Jones, which I thought she was okay at first. And then there was Dr. Allen, which is the one that nobody liked. She's the one that filled in every other Tuesday. And got this piece of hair that's sticking out. Oh my. Just ignore that. Just ignore this piece of hair. She's the one that would fill in every other Tuesday. The real strict one. The one that would schedule so many patients that they didn't get, that it was just a mess, and that was so mean, and that was like, well, can I get another assistant, please? Yeah, I can leave. That's fine. They told me they would pull me in the office when the main manager came. I'm just going to call her main manager because it was unorganized. But I didn't know any different. I thought that's how all dental offices were. Until I went to the other one and I'm like, no, this is so much better. Sophie, kind of like the main manager. I'm sorry I keep looking back. I'm not using any real names or anything. These are all just kind of fake names. But she would come in monthly and she would evaluate us. And she would be like, well, they're still saying that you're making a mess and that you stink. And she would be like, and I would be like, no, I'm not doing it. And she'd be like, don't get offensive. Don't get defensive. And she would, I was like, so I'm not allowed to like stick up for myself. And it's pretty much no. I'm like, wow, okay. And she would literally sit there and type what I was saying. I don't know if you guys have been in similar situations or if they do evaluations at your job. Let me know if that's common, because I've never worked in another place where they've done that. I've never worked in another place like this, period. And I'm like, so first of all, I'm not allowed to defend myself, which I feel like, everybody's got a right to defend himself. Second of all, you're making up a bunch of lies about me, which isn't even true. I got the pictures to prove them, and when I told her that I got pictures, she didn't want to see them. So that right there should have been a red flag. Should have told me to walk out. There was another dental assistant. I'm going to call her Kylie. Me and her was pretty close. We were friends. She walked out. Like, she walked out, and she literally told him, which everything was over text message here. It was so unprofessional. Just talk to people directly. Everything does not have to be over text message or over social media, whatever. She walked out, and she told him, she's like, you guys are so two-faced. This is a whole other story. I am getting off topic. I will have to backtrack. I'm sorry. And if you guys hear a sound in the background, that is the air conditioner. I'm also sorry about that too. So basically, me and Kylie, it was a very slow day because there was a sub-dentist. He was the dentist for like over 50 years. He wanted it to be slow, which it was nice. It would give us a chance to clean and to do other stuff. Like clean like it was like little square, I'm going to call them plates that they would put like the impression, like when you take impressions of your teeth for like dentures, or they sometimes do braces there, that stuff would get like caked on there. And it just gave us a chance to clean it. Well, I'm sorry. Stacy up at the front desk, the one that was, I don't know what her problem was, got on the phone and said that me and Kylie wasn't doing anything. When I was cleaning, she was cleaning, so I don't understand how we wasn't doing anything. And she's like, Mandy was like, she was at another office, which is like the main manager, whatever, and said, hey, I know you're usually productive, but don't hang around with Kylie. She's going to get you in hot water. So it was like a couple hours later, we still barely had any, maybe like 1 or 2 patients, and we were back cleaning again. Well, Stacy comes back and says, okay, well, here's the phone again, which Stacy's always giving somebody the phone because she can't tell you directly. She has to call somebody else. And first of all, she's not even a manager. She's just, I can't say it. I just keep it to myself, I guess. She's just, I don't know, just like a 50-year-old, worse than a high schooler. Running and telling everything, but can't tell you directly. She gotta tell everything, and it's gotta just be nasty all the time. I'm not saying that high schoolers are all nasty, but anyway, she goes, I don't know why you guys aren't doing anything. You're not using your time wisely. So Kylie walked out that day. She left at lunch and she didn't come back. And I was highly considering it anyway. And I'm like, you know what? That is not right. I shouldn't do that. I should just put in my 2 weeks. And I worked there about a month and a half after that, because that happened right before Thanksgiving. And Kylie, because they were talking about, because Mandy texted us in a group chat and said, I don't know what's going on with you guys, but you need to get to work. And it's like, we are working. So after Kylie left at lunch, she went off on them. She was like, you guys are so two-faced, and I don't have the messages anymore. And it makes me so mad to even like think about this topic, the subject, whatever. But I just want to get my story out there because maybe this could help somebody. And I know I'm kind of like all over the place, but if this can help one person that maybe is in a similar situation, then it'll all be worth it. Because there are, I don't know. I just don't want anybody to feel like they are being mistreated or to feel like that their job has consumed their life so much, which is how I felt, that I wanted to end it. I would literally lay in bed and cry all night. I would literally cry all the way home. I would call my mom crying. And she's like, do you want me to go in there and call? And like, do you want me to like go in there? Do you want me to call? And I'm like, no, just leave it. And I'm like, I can't do it anymore. So it was in January. It was a Friday. I know this is like unprofessional, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I woke up and I texted them because everything there was over text. Anyway, I said this is my 2 weeks. My last day, I don't remember which one today was Friday the 10th. My last day will be Friday the 24th. I was literally looking up and down for a job. I took any job I could get. I actually took a job at Kroger's as a night shift grocery stocker. And that's what I did for about a month until I got a job in another dental office. I'm like, I want to take anything I can to get out of here. Because, you know, you always want to make sure you got somewhere to go. You got some kind of money coming in, though. Unless, you know, it is just so bad, then you're going to find a job. There are a million jobs out there right now. But this was before the pandemic and stuff, so it wasn't as bad, like, where people wasn't wanting to work, but, you know, you're going to find a job. There's always somebody hiring. You know, if you have to do something temporary, you have to do something temporary like I did. Did I want to do third shift grocery stocker? No. But you know what? It was kind of fun at the time, but I knew it wasn't going to be permanent. And then when I worked at the other dental office, I'm like, wow, you know, I'm actually kind of enjoying this. And then I just think I got like a little burned out on it. You know, I'm still on healthcare. I'm not dental anymore, but I really technically, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like healthcare. I'm sorry if I'm awkward. This is the first ever video I'm filming that's not making a bracelet, so this is my first like actual like, I don't know what to call it, like where I'm sitting in front of a camera filming. And I'm normally like a very shy person. I'm not a talker, I'm a listener, so that's why I'm so awkward. And this is kind of like scatterbrain, but I feel like the thing makes sense. I feel like that you guys kind of get the gist of it. So I do just want to say, kind of like I said in the beginning, if first of all, if you are in a job and they are mistreating you, don't tolerate it, because you deserve more. Don't let nobody make lies about you and spread rumors that aren't true. If you are inexperienced, you are just as good. Like, nobody is above anybody. I just want to say that if you are just starting out, be the best you can be and don't let nobody put you down. 4, if you feel like that your job has consumed your life, don't let it. It probably has. It's probably time to move on. And 5 is like the big one. Don't ever let money define your happiness. Because I have, and don't ever feel like that you want to commit suicide over a job, because there is no job in this world worth that, and you are worth so much more than that paycheck. If that's the 5 things that anybody's gotten out of that video, that's the 5 things that's the 5 things I want you guys to get out of this video. Anyway, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was a little scattered and might have not made any sense, but I am filming this before I look back and review it. But my channel, you know, it's going to be like a bunch of different stuff. You know, mostly maybe bracelets and keychains, because that's my favorite thing to do. I am working on my Etsy It is up. If you guys got any Etsy tips, let me know. But yeah, I just want to thank you guys for watching, and please hit that subscribe button if you want to see more from me. Bye.